Hi there, and welcome to my next video on my YouTube channel, Unapologetic with Lorelei. I'm standing here in between the drops. So some rainfall here, and we're heading towards the end of the autumn. But it's nevertheless still very nice and great to be here. I'm in another piece of forest, and I'm going to soon show you where I am, and I'm going to flip the screen and talk more about the topic of today, which is on my mind actually the last week because I go into the forest and I see everywhere I see little signs of private property, and that made me think like I never thought, and I never thought maybe in the early days when I was young, but already for many years I don't believe that you have to own something to be able to enjoy it. We grew up with something with the belief of you have to own a house and own a car and own a dog and a horse, or I don't know where you grew up or what people taught you, and but that you have to own it before you can really enjoy it. And I think that is very limited thought, because owning things also brings a lot of pressure as well. And a lot of things are for free, and there are a lot more things for free to enjoy than sometimes you can imagine. So I hope this, perhaps rather, it resonates and you like the topic of today. I'm going to flip the screen and talk more about it, and I hope you're going to join me on my walk here. And so I'll be seeing you on the other side of the screen. Right, so here I am on the other side of the screen. I also turn myself around so you can see more of the path where I'll be walking. That is, I haven't got any rubber boots on, just my normal walking shoes. So I hope the path will be a little bit better further up than it is here. But nevertheless, it's all adventure. It's all fun, isn't it? So I'll be talking more about what I just said. That I don't think you have to own something to enjoy it. And it sounds simple, but you'll be surprised how many people are chasing something to own, even though you can just relax and enjoy it while it's there anyhow. It's there for everybody. A lot of things anyhow. I mean, you can't just walk into somebody else's house and proclaim, "Oh, it's all ours." But there's a lot more for free and to enjoy um, than you might imagine, because. The older I got, the more I realized that joy doesn't come from ownership, and that it becomes more of presence. And some of the things rather that brought me the most peace in my life, they were even never really mine. And I went to a horse riding school because, well, my mom definitely couldn't. She was a young widow, and she couldn't afford a horse for me. But I just loved the horse riding school, and I didn't own that horse, or a pony rather, and I didn't need to. I was brushing the horses and being around them and riding them, and that was enough for me. And it was the experience that was the joy of being around horses, and not the ownership of having a horse. And then years later, a nice twist. I did own horses, and yes, I loved it. It was beautiful. I enjoyed it immensely, but I noticed I also enjoyed all of the care of them. The stables and all the rest of it. And I must say, it also brought tension, because I had them together with my husband, and well, there was already tension in the marriage. So definitely, the horses were many times also a topic of tension, which just kind of ruined the whole thing really. But yeah, so is it. But coming back to the point itself, you see, you don't need to own something to enjoy it. And I can see that people around me are really struggling with their insecurities, and sometimes about their ownership, and it just complicates things. And that is such a pity, because you're striving and you're working hard for something, or you inherit it or whatever, and you own it, and it also brings tension. And you can handle tension and you can still enjoy it. I don't say that nobody should own anything, but if you're not in the possibility of owning it, you might as well enjoy things as well. Because I didn't understand perhaps when I was younger, but now I do. And I mean, you can love something very deeply without needing it to belong to you. And when I lived for years, I lived near a small park, and I used to sit on a bench together with my dog. Oh yes, I did own a dog, but I felt so completely at peace. And the grass wasn't mine, the park wasn't mine, the trees were not mine, but that moment was, and I really really enjoyed it. And I calmed down there. I relaxed, and I was a young adult at that time. And I don't know if you know, but life, if you remember rather, life can be very chaotic and you need to calm down sometimes and ease your mind. And then later, I spent time in some beautiful homes, but they weren't mine. And but places that felt like small paradises actually. And I still felt that same quiet joy. They weren't mine, but I mean, because I believe beauty doesn't need to have a title, and yeah, it wasn't mine, and I enjoyed it immensely. That's all I can say, really. I don't know if you can resonate to this, or if you think, no, it has to be mine. That's fine too. I mean, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I'm just sharing here mine and my insights, because that's what this channel of mine is about. To be unapologetic yourself. So that also means I can do the same. And I like to share things of my life and my opinions, my experiences, and views on things. And of course you can always respond whether you like it or you don't agree, or you don't like what I say. Everything is possible. Do say it in a kind way, though. Don't bash me just like that. But anyhow, on the overall, I hope you enjoy the view of the trees and the colors, a little bit of colors of the leaves that are still there, because most of them already just dropped. Those ones here, they just let them all go, and they're all over the place. But it's so nice to be here, and once again, I don't own it. And that comes to another part of where I go many times. I live in the forest, but it's very near the heathland, and of course the heathland is not mine. And but do walk there almost every day, and in those moments, it feels like it belongs to me. Oh, I slipped there in a little bit of slippery leaves here. Um, Well, and in those moments, I believe, I feel rather that it belongs to me as much as it belongs to anybody else, of course. But I'm the one who's just present there at that particular moment, and it's just such a wonderful, wonderful, absolutely wonderful piece of nature there, and the silence and the quietness. And yes, I do. For some of them who might be worried a little bit of a woman alone in the heathland, or in the forest. I do mind, and I do keep an eye on where I walk, and how far or deep I walk into a forest or a heathland. And I do have some things with me. Yeah, I'm sorry to say so, to protect myself. Not nothing drastic. I mean, I'm not going to risk prison or anything like that. But I think you have to be somewhere along the line, have a little bit of chance of defending you in case it's necessary. And but I don't want to go that road anyhow, because I like to believe in the freedom of not owning something but enjoying it nevertheless. So that's kind of a softening feeling, and it's like, you can shift your thoughts into, what do I own, or what do I get to experience? It's a different chain of thoughts. It's a different direction you're putting your minds to, and and when you start looking at the world, I believe that way, you can stop chasing, you can stop comparing, and stop feeling behind, because you're not behind just because you don't own it or something. And well, I make a habit of it. I start seeing what's already there, and you can do it too, if you like. I believe, like the sky, the fields, just quiet moments of the day where you spend your day, or the places that you feel at home without needing to possess them. I mean, if you drink somewhere a cup of coffee, and whether it's Starbucks or somewhere else, I mean, you don't automatically have the desire to own a Starbucks. Well, perhaps you do, but I certainly don't. And well, I believe some of the best things in life, they are meant to be touched, and lived and felt, but not necessarily owned. And I believe sometimes the things that we enjoy most, it doesn't really belong to us in any legal sense of the word, but it belongs to us in memory, and in gratitude, and in the way they shape our days. And I'm a little bit philosophical here, perhaps, but that's how I see it. That's really how I feel it as well. And so, once again, to wrap it up here a little bit, is like, I believe you don't need to own something to let it soften you, to let it bring you peace, or to let it expand your life. Once again, I believe joy does not come from possession. It comes from presence. And hence my title. I have it on the banner of my YouTube channel here. And I believe in the words evolve and owning. Not owning in the possessive kind of way, but you own your life. Oh, and become become what you want, yeah, what you want to be, how you want to be, especially how you want to be, I believe. And yeah, I think that's as much as I can talk for the moment about this topic. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy the little piece of nature that I'm showing you here. And if you like my channel, I'm posting every day. And you can always subscribe to my channel. You can also give a thumbs up for this video. And if you're not into any of that, then don't. By all means, you can do whatever you like. And well, you can also leave a comment, of course, and I will really read it and I will reply to it. But all in all, what I really want to say as well is I wish you a very nice day, and take care of yourself. Take very, very good care of yourself and your loved ones. And I do hope to see you in one of my next. Sorry, I'm going to stumble over my words. By now, you must have gathered my mother tongue is not English. So once again, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.